Today I'm going to create a very simple, natural St. Patrick's Day tablescape. One I know that you can easily recreate and you can actually leave out beyond St. Patrick's Day if you choose. I'm Nicole with The Door on the Table, and I'm really excited to share this table setting with you. As I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing a natural St. Patrick's Day tablescape with you today. And what I mean by natural, I'm really referring more to the colors and the textures I'm going to be incorporating into this table setting. I am not going to be creating an in-your-face St. Patrick's Day tablescape. It's really more of a nod to the holiday. So you're not going to be seeing those clovers or the leprechauns or pots of gold at the end of the rainbow on my table setting. It's really going to be kind of more of a subtle inspiration of St. Patrick's Day. So I'm really excited about what I'm going to be creating and my vision of what I hope it's going to turn out to look like. I hope you like it too, and I'd love to find out your comments at the end as to if you thought this kind of gave you a feeling of St. Patrick's Day, or maybe if you felt I missed the mark a little bit, because it's always nice to get your feedback on my table settings. First is my centerpiece of flowers here. I actually got these from Trader Joe's and created the flower arrangement myself. But the vase is from Target, and this is actually just really nice to have on my table all of the time. And I will be putting it back on my table. But for right now, I'm going to remove it and then start setting my table for St. Patrick's Day. So the very first thing I'm going to do on my table is I'm going to set out a runner. And this runner I picked up at Target. And I love the natural colors and the woven look of it. It's just very subtle and again has those colors that I wanted to incorporate into my tablescape. So I'm just going to lay that just straight down my table. Next, I'm going to put out some placemats that I also found at Target, and they coordinate perfectly with this table runner. So I'm going to put one right in the middle of each of my chairs, and I'll show you a close-up of it, but I really like how it's picking up the more taupe tan color that I'm seeing in the table runner. And I also like the organic nature of it and the shape that it has in the design of the placemats. Now, the funny thing is Target actually calls these chargers, which I find really funny because this is not what I think of with a charger. So here's a quick close-up of it, and you can see just the loops and the organic look of this placemat. I really like this placemat a lot. Next, I'm going to set out my plates, and these are just some simple, plain, basic white plates. They're everyday dinner plates that we use. But you'll notice later as I set the table, just the simplicity of them is giving a very good solid foundation for the rest of the tablescape. Not everything needs to be fancy or have a pattern on it. Next, I'm going to add some salad plates on top of my dinner plates, and they're really going to pick up this theme pretty darn well, I think. So these salad plates I'm going to be sharing with you are actually cabbage leaf salad plates, which is why they work so perfectly with this St. Patrick's Day theme. They give you that feeling of a clover. I'll give you a close-up in just a moment, but I actually found these at an estate sale. Look at those. Aren't those just perfect for the St. Patrick's Day theme tablescape? I love the color and the shape and the detail of them. Next, I'm going to set out the flatware, and the flatware I picked up through Facebook Marketplace, honestly, a few years ago. They've got green handles on them, so they are perfect for a St. Patrick's Day tablescape. And you'll notice that I am not using 2 forks, which I usually would with a dinner plate and a salad plate. And that's honestly because this flatware did not come with 2 forks. It only came with 1 fork. So I don't have a second fork to be using in my tablescape. Here's a quick close-up of this flatware. I love the detail on them. I think you can start to see how this is becoming a St. Patrick's Day theme tablescape. Next, I'm going to set up my drinking glasses. And the first one, my water glasses, are actually picked up from an estate sale recently. I don't really know honestly how vintage they are, but the green ones I got at Target, and I love the color. They are beautiful, and they also come in 4 colors, but I'll give you a close-up of them as when I come around. Here's a quick close-up of my water glass. And then here's a close-up of this stemless wine glass. I love the color. And then when you see how I put the 2 of them next to each other, how they complement each other in their shape, I just think they actually work really well together. All right, and now for my napkins. I was gifted these napkins, oh gosh, a few years ago. And the green and the more off-white color are perfect complements to my table runner and to my salad plates. Now, when I was originally thinking of what I was going to do for my napkins, I played with a lot of different ideas. And I decided on one, but I'm going to share with you a close-up of kind of the ideas I had and why I decided not to use them. So first I had thought of just doing your basic either quarter fold like this, or maybe even just a triangular fold, something similar to this. But I felt both were a little too harsh and had too much of an angle to them. They didn't quite complement that softness and the roundness of the plates and the placemat. So then I thought, well, maybe if I take my napkin and I do something that's like a knot, which we have seen oftentimes, and which definitely has a little bit more of an organic feel to it. But it doesn't look bad, but in this case, I feel like it's too messy looking for the rest of the pieces that I have on the table. I wasn't really a very big fan of that. And I even just thought of maybe just doing something similar like this. Again, to me, this just looks too messy. So I just wanted to share this with you because so often when you're thinking of what you're going to do with your napkin, you need to play with it a little and see what's going to work best on your tablescape. I did even think about using and tried some napkin holders, but nothing quite worked. So what I decided on was just taking and putting my finger right in the middle of my napkin so that it lays in such a way that it's natural and you can see some of the angles to it, but it's not messy looking and it has more of an organicness to it. So I decided to just do something really simple like this, almost as if somebody has picked up their napkin and placed it in their place setting. So I'm going to go and just do that with the rest of my place settings and do that same kind of organic look with my napkins at each place setting. Now that I have all of my place settings ready, I'm going to create my centerpiece for my St. Patrick's Day table. And of course, the very first thing I need to put on there is what you've already seen, which is my vase with the flowers. And I believe, as I mentioned, the vase is from Target. I love the cement natural colors of it. It just helps the color, the green from the flowers, really pop and give it some liveliness on the table. Now the other thing too, I'm not going to tip it over, but this vase actually has some really good felt pads on the bottom, so you can put it directly on your wood table and it's not going to scratch it. I love that Target thought about that with this vase. Now I'm going to add two more things to the table, and the first one is this other vase. I'll give you a quick close-up of it. Again, ceramic look, but I love the detail that it has in here, almost as if it's a rope look to it. So, and it doesn't match perfectly with my vase, but it complements it and it really helps tie in the colors of that table runner. And then while I was at Target, I picked up this moss ball vase fillers, and I don't know what it is, but for some reason we really associate green moss with St. Patrick's Day, and it's really going to help tie in the green from my salad plates into my centerpiece. So I'm going to take and put them into my vase here, or my bowl, and I think it's really going to just help give a great complementing look to my centerpiece. There we go. Isn't that really cute? I love the way the moss balls really kind of help tie in all of those colors. And I've got one more thing to add, and I know it might be a little small, but I think it's super cute. And it's this tidbit little dish that I found, Hearth and Hand, at Target. I love the shape, I love the color. Again, it has the natural colors and that organic shape, which perfectly is complementing my cabbage dishes and my placemat as well. And then I have this really sweet silver spoon that's going to be perfect. Now think about if you put salt in here, it would be a great way to serve salt on your table, or just anything else would be just a perfect little something as the centerpiece. But I also like how the size of it kind of helps balance my centerpiece. What do you think of my nod to St. Patrick's Day tablescape and the natural colors and organic shapes I decided to use? If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to share in the comments down below because I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful celebration with your friends and family, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.